let's switch over. Let's get into it. And I do have some things from the plug react. We will be reacting to some shorts and TikToks. I got a couple of them up there. I got one from Cal. I got a couple from a few other people that we're definitely going to tap into. So make sure you're ready for that. Let's start off with now. One of the three, the first one that we're going to be tapping into is Herman A. Mass Cotes. Bruh, I'm telling you, one thing that they have done with these names, I don't understand a single name. Like, this has to be, at this point, this is very much coming off like a French, Italy, like some type of name like that. Because I need to figure out what's the inspiration of this on the cool. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Because I've never heard of this, and I need to make sure that this ain't nothing too absolute crazy. Like, it's one thing, like with pizza, the Leaning Tower, that's one thing. But this, I've never seen this one for now. Doesn't look like it's anything crazy. Okay, well, I guess it ain't nothing too crazy. Okay, let's tap into it. Let's grab a strip. And let's just get straight into it. Let's see how this is going to be coming off. And then I do have two London Oud fragrances. I got London Oud Gold and London Oud Silver. I got both of those. They gave them to me as like a sample last time I went to Classic Wholesale Perfume. So let's tap into it. Now again, this is Hermes A Mess Coat. Whatever, bro. Whatever, man. Hopefully it's worth something. Hopefully it's worth something. There we go. We're gonna let it sit like that. Floral, powdery, somewhat salty too. This is definitely a unisex fragrance. Nice resins feel to it. Earthy for sure. Earthy. I'm gonna put the name of this one down in the chat so y'all can know which one this is. Let me type it down here real quick, man, because I can't pronounce this to save my life. I'm gonna type this down in the chat real quick so y'all can see exactly which one I'm talking about. Mess Cotes. All right, boom. That's the one that we're tapped into right now. Very nice. Floral, extremely earthy. I did say salty at first, but now it's coming off like extremely sour. I don't know what it is. It's definitely something sour about it. It has a nice resins feel with it also. If you're somebody who like mass appealing fragrances, this is not that. I can't see everybody enjoying this one because this one definitely has like a unique style to it, a unique take about itself. Earthy for sure. Rose, some type of resins feel to it also. Not a bad one. Not a bad one. This is one that I can actually see myself enjoying. Not a full bottle, especially at this price. I don't need a full bottle of this one. But to have a nice little decant for those occasional times. Probably if I'm doing something outdoorsy, like I've been wanting to go wine testing, something like that. This could be a fragrance I could see myself using for wine testing. Like, especially if I'm outdoors. That's going to be the main thing. You're going to have to be in outdoors elements. You're going to have to be in that earthy element to actually get the full usage and enjoyment out of this one right here. The crazy thing is, even though that it does have that floral take, it is coming off extremely rose dominant. So it is a lot of rose. It's not as powdery as I was thinking. It's just coming off like a earthy rose, somewhat picklish in a way. And it's extremely nice. I can't see it being unisex, and I can't see myself wanting a full bottle of this one. Maybe it might transition a little different, but right now I can't see myself fully saying that I would enjoy a full bottle. A 10 ml at the most will be cool. Outside of that is like, I might not need it as much. But still a very beautiful fragrance. I wouldn't mind giving that one a few wears and actually seeing how that one, like seeing the true experience with that one. Let me go back into the chat real quick and we're gonna tap over there. Let's see what we got going on. Hey, I see y'all active. Bo, what up? I see you, Bo. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. Yep. $1 Million Minds. What's good, fam? I appreciate you for stopping by, man. Much love. Much love. Now, in the air, I will say this. In the air, for the most part, and I'm going back to the fragrance, in the air for the most part. It does have like it's still floral, but it has a very like sour side to it. And that could be something that I could see really turning some people off to it. Now, this one you would definitely have to be a big fan of rose dominant fragrances to truly enjoy that one. In my eyes, you would have to be a fan of rose dominant fragrance to enjoy that one. This next one is called I Am Trash. And one thing I will say, bro, these names, the names that they have for these things are absolutely insane. I Am Trash. I'm not expecting this one to be much worth a damn at all, really, but just because of the name. But we'll see how it's coming off. Grab this real quick. I Am Trash. Let's tap into it. One thing I will say though, outside of these decants, because some of these decants from this discovery set that they have, they aren't the best. But this, I'm telling you, this is a great way to sample some of these fragrances. Because even though I've heard a few things about them, not totally from the line, I've heard a few good things from this fragrance line. I still have yet to find one that I know I would absolutely love. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go buy that right now. I haven't found one of those yet. I have found a few that I like, a few that I wouldn't mind experiencing, and then I also found some towards like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I hope this I Am Trash is not like that. The atomizer on this thing is nice though. Oh, this one not bad. This one fruity. This one fruity and airy. Fruity and airy right now. Bruh, this smells like, and the name is very outputting, because you can pick up fruits in this, and one of the main fruits that I do get is like an apple, a green apple. But the crazy thing is, this really does come off like an imagination, because it has a soapy complexion to it. This comes off somewhat like an imagine, or like a take inspiration on an imagination, where the main player, the main note of the fragrance is going to be that apple, at least in the opening. That's what I'm getting right now. I'm getting a lot of apple. I'm getting a good amount of like a soapy undertone with it. I think I'm getting like slight hints of vetiver. You can definitely pick up like a slight woody undertake with it. This is nice. Now this one's nice. Now this one ain't one of those. This one truly is, let me see how I wear this decant. Depending on how this decant wears, this is a full bottle. And I'm saying that mostly because this one, out of all of the ones that I've tried, I think we're on number 8 right now. This one is the one that's, even though this is the first impression, this is coming off the most mass appealing in my eyes. Because again, it's coming off like a very popular fragrance that we've already know of, which is imagination, mixing together with a little bit of apple as one of the main players. Yes, this is a hit to me. Now, I absolutely hate the name of this. I absolutely hate the name of this fragrance. But the fragrance itself, I gotta give it to them. They did good with this one. And it's simple. That's the main thing. It's simple, but it's still very effective. It doesn't really do anything that's gonna wow you, but it's very pleasant and easy to just sit there and enjoy. Hopefully it performs. That's gonna be one of the main things there. Hopefully it performs. Hopefully it performs, fam. But right now, I like this one. I like this one. Honestly, let me see how this one's on skin. Let me see how this one is on skin. This is my first time even wanting to try one of these on skin. So that actually says a lot. That in itself says a lot. For me to go 8 fragrances deep with a company, and on the 8th one, I finally find my fragrance that I want to try on skin. Yeah. Yeah, bro, this smells just like an imagination type of fragrance. Like, this smells in that vein almost. It almost smells like, let me see, because I'm thinking, because even with that soapy complexion, like, it's giving me undertones of like Art of Universe also. And that's kind of one of those that I'm thinking about. But I actually like this one, man. I like this one a lot, fam. I like this one a lot. Let me make sure that this is what I'm thinking about. Let me make sure that this is what I'm thinking about. What fragrances have y'all tried from this Etat Libre brand? Which ones have y'all tried? That's what I really need to know, because for me, this is the best one. And I'm on my 8th one. Like, this one's really like that to me. Oh, man, I like this. I like this. Think of like Art of Universe in a way, like that Blue Talisman Demon DNA somewhat. Think about like that soapy imagination smell that you get. That's very much so what you get with this one. Just mixing with some apple. Very likable, very enjoyable. Like, this one is extremely pleasant in my eyes. Extremely pleasant. And I think one of the main things is that it doesn't have, even though it does have like that somewhat soap smell to it, it's not like in your face. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I like this. I like this. I like this. Somewhere in between like that Blue Talisman Imagination DNA. Very nice. Very nice. One more. Let's switch over. We have one more that we're going to tap into, and this one is going to be, Lord, this is another one of those names. Suisse Le Pont Lebro. Hold on. That ain't even. Suisse Le Pont Marabou? Yeah, Cerite Port Marabou. That's the one that we're about to tap into. These names are absolutely wild. This has to be French. Next time I'm gonna just use Google Translate before I even, or Google Speech with the next 3. That way I can know exactly how to pronounce them. Because this is getting out of control. Now this was not bad, but this was very simple. This was like high on that fig, high on that cypress DNA, woodsy, earthy, fougere. Like, that's very much so what this one is. Very green, pine. This ain't bad, but this isn't nice. This isn't one that's just wowing me also, because there are a lot of fragrances that somewhat do like this very same DNA. Salvatore Ferragamo Pour Subtle Pour. One of the first fragrances that come to mind that does something very similar to this. Now, one thing I will give this one credit on is there is like a slight undertone of maybe some fruits in this also, but it's very much so like a fougere, green, woody fragrance. It's very much so in that vein. There we go. But I like it though. I like it. I like it. But again, it's still simple. It's not something that's just, I want to see, matter of fact, because I Am Trash, the fragrance I Am Trash was the best one. I have not one idea how much that cost. Let's just look this up real quick. I want to look this up. I'm kind of curious. I see 110 to 170. Okay. All right, and then Fragrance Net got it for. Okay, so I guess these are a little bit different than what I thought. See, now we talking. Perfume Online got this one in a 50 ml for 45 bucks. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, this is not bad then. I always thought that these were like stuck in between like that 110 to 170 price range. I didn't know that they were on discounts as well. For some reason, I kind of looked at this brand almost like a mind game type of thing. Like, you buy it online, you might be able to find a boutique, but you're not finding a discount. So to see this on discount is actually pretty nice. And I can't see I Am Trash getting picked up for 50 bucks. It's a very nice fragrance for 50 bucks. My thing is, I'm very curious to know the performance on that one. Because again, if it's gonna be in that same vein as like a Blue Talisman, Imagination style fragrance, then I would like to know where the performance is gonna be at. Because now when you start seeing fragrances like this, like one question that we really have to ask ourselves with the Etat Libre brand is this: if you can find their fragrances for around $50 at discounters, and it's gonna be a fragrance that is a little bit more polished than what we get from our clone, our Middle Eastern brands, our fragrances from that, which one are you buying? Cause like this I Am Trash, it can be comparable to something like a Art of Universe, something like a Tarathi Electric. This could be comparable to something like that. And in my mind, I don't know which one I would really take. Art of Universe is up there. The real comparison for me right now would be the Tarathi Electric or I Am Trash. And again, they're both at that $40 to $50 price range. But they smell very similar. Definitely in the same ballpark. They're doing that same soapy complexion thing. They're both doing that. So I don't know, which one would you take, fam? Which one would you take is the question, because even just off of first impression, like the quality is there. None of these are really coming off harsh. Like this last one, this Sosa Day, hold on, wrong one. Hold on, my fault. Yeah, this Sosa Le Pont Marabou. This one was a little harsh in the opening, but this one's much more so like earthy, pine, fougere, like green, woody, vetiver, like that type of vein. So those type of fragrances, especially on first impressions, I normally expect some type of synthetic harshness with it. This I Am Trash was clean right out the gate. Clean right out the gate, fam. What would y'all take? What would y'all like if you could get a fragrance with the quality and the name of Etat Libre compared to, and like I Am Trash, you can get the fragrance I Am Trash from Etat Libre compared to getting an Art of Universe from Lattafa or even a Tarathi Electric from Afnan. Which one are you getting, and what's really playing a factor? Is it because with Etat, you know, they might have better quality, might have better packaging? I don't know. But I know that quality is one thing that I could see really playing a big factor in whether I want to go with Etat Libre version of this, or if I would want to go with a Lattafa version of this. Because you really can't use budget as a talking point with this anymore, because they're so close in price. It's not even like a $10 difference. So now, what is the real thing that's causing you to go with this one over this? I'm kind of curious to know. Etat's whole lineup is very abstract. Not many are gonna be likable. You gotta really enjoy fragrances to wear them. I can see that, Dakota, especially from right now, from what I'm picking up. Yeah, it's not ones that you really just, they're not for the general consumer. Definitely not. These are much more fragrance connoisseurs, people that watch YouTube videos, people that's in the fragrance community. That's very much so what this one is, what this brand is leaning towards from what I'm seeing. All right, Dakota fam, you be safe, bro. I appreciate you for stopping by, man. You enjoy your day. So from what I'm seeing right now, today has been like a 2 out of 3 type of day. The first one, let me go back and revisit this one, because this one had a lot of rose in it. And again, even though I'm not pronouncing this correctly, this is called Herman et Mes Cotes. Still very floral. That sour note in the whatever rose they're using is turned a little bit sour now, and it's mixing somewhat woody also. So even though this one is okay, I'm gonna put this one at the okay range. I think I can sit with my decan and know that I'm cool. Like I don't have to do too much with this one. Switching over to the second one, which was I Am Trash. This one is an absolute beast, fam. I'm telling you, if you like that Tarathi blue, that Tarathi Electric, that Art of Universe, somewhat like a mixture between of like a blue talisman and an imagination DNA, you are like, I am trash. Like that fragrance is actually nice. And then the last one, this one, Sauce Le Pont Marabou. Very Fougere like, very green like, woody scents, pine like. Still very much so doing that. If you like fragrances like Subtle Pour On by Salvatore Ferragamo, that leans extremely green, very cypress heavy, you will like this one. You will like that one for sure. Let's get into it, man. Now,